cold silence. The sound that you hear when you're taking a piss in the middle of a snowstorm.
And then you fought.
Then there's a loud flatulence in the air. And really, I feel like what is interesting, the most interesting thing about this game, it feels like it was designed for the Game Boy. Just like the level design, like just the way everything's laid out, it reminds me of a Game Boy game.
Yeah,
like, graphically and like all the snow effects, it feels like okay, it couldn't have been done on a Game Boy.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of games that try to ape the SNES or the Sega Genesis.
Yeah,
I've never
sort of
seen
style.
something that tried to ape a Game Boy game.
I just feel like with this, it's supposed to be like a horror. I don't remember.
It's
like a horror something.
It's like a horror platformer.
Yeah, and there's apparently like 6 levels. I feel like this game, they knew it was going to be short, like 6 levels, and like the fact that you have to backtrack and time everything perfectly, I feel like, okay, for the $5.69 it costs regular price. I got on sale for like $1 or so, and I was really excited. I'm like, hey, cool, it's got a cool design to it. Yeah, I don't feel it's really like a horror, like the way that I view horror games. It's like, it's not really scary. Like, yeah, there's blood, there's spikes, and like
there's like something chasing you.
Yeah, I mean, that's where we stopped. Like 1/3 of the way, roughly, I assume, through the game.
Technically, it'd be a quarter because
yeah, quarter.
Actually, no, yeah, a third.
Yeah, it's an interesting setup. That's what stopped us from, I feel like, potentially finish half of the game or more. Just like it's demanding you. We don't know where this shadow creature stops chasing you, but if that wasn't there, I feel like we would have like almost beaten the game in one sitting.
Yeah.
In like 10 minutes. And like it was on easy, and even normal wasn't that hard. Like
it was just that the guy chasing you.
And our joystick was like fighting us. Sometimes the joystick we use, it gets stuck, and some games it affects us, some games it doesn't, but with the platformer, it does affect you big time. But I feel like
it's that Joy-Con drift.
Yeah, it is a Joy-Con drift, because we could probably get it fixed somewhere, and we're just kind of lazy. For $10, it served us well. But I feel like if it wasn't for the gimmicks of the snow special effects, this would be fairly run-of-the-mill. But I think if it's on sale, like it is right now, 75% on the Steam sale, you know, $1.42, I'd say it's pretty solid. I'm thinking like a 7.5. Just don't expect a long adventure. I feel full price.
Yeah, that's what I feel too. Like this game should feel more like if you're a gamer on stream, this feels more like just like
an afternoon stream,
like a snack.
Yeah.
Of a game rather than a big adventure.
It doesn't seem hard. Like it's kind of neat that it became more than just you know, a basic platformer, finish the level. But I feel at the same time like it's still better than a lot of the games out there. I think on Steam, I'd say, especially for $1-ish. So
yeah, I feel like it's a good platformer if you're a big fan of horror games. Or
it's got interesting music. It's sort of like ambient horror. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, it really illustrates how distant, isolated you are in the cold silence, especially once you, because there's this big device in the game where you have to be near a beacon, and if you go away from the beacon for
lost or something,
yeah, you die.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I figured that was a really good.
It feels like I didn't really play. What's that Capcom game where you're stuck in the snow on an alien planet?
Lost Planet.
Yeah, that's it. It feels like that, but they put it into a 2D game. But it really reminds me of the side-scrolling Ninja Turtles games on the Game Boy. I think that's what triggered the whole Game Boy. Hey, it's a Game Boy game from like 20 years ago. But yeah, for the price, like, I don't know how old this game is. I think it came out just like a few months to a year ago, tops. Check it out. You know, if you're not squeamish at seeing some blood and spikes and different like
And I mean,
death
like,
screens.
and I mean, like, compared to the blood we've seen in other games, this is like a drop.
Yeah, compared to playing Punisher 2 or Soldier of Fortune, where you shoot people's arms off or cut them off or whatever,
Or
shoot
even
them off
Super
with
Meat
shotguns.
Boy.
Yeah, this kind of feels like Meat Boy Intro, or the other games that we played that have been like Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
It feels like a beginner's Meat Boy.
Yeah,
almost.
I feel like this is Meat Boy, but there's a gimmick of stay within a certain area.
Yeah.
The big downside is that it's easy. Once you die, you have to restart the entire chapter. And
Yeah,
that just
I feel like that's why it's kind of like cheap in the sense that like, yeah, what's there is neat, but you get the boots, then you make one jumping mistake, then you have to repeat it all. Like I feel like they knew the game was going to be small,
so they had to make it hard.
They had to like make you have to go back and repeat.
Back and
Especially
forth.
with 6 levels, I feel like even on normal and hard, it's not easy and normal. I mean, it's not hard. It's just having to like if you make one mistake and go back, it just for me that just puts me off from like playing the game unless I was like super hardcore and seeing what happens. But I don't know, meh.
Yeah, you can tell. A 7's our meh rating.
Yeah. I think we should go and fart in the silence.
Like a cold
Since
silence.
we don't have, yes.
Keep on farting.
It's wet, but it's not cold today. It's a wet silence. Wet farts. Wet farts, everyone.
There's no sound.